Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hollywood Connelly with the double biceps. It isn't the contract and legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. It is my great pleasure to introduce the guest for tonight. It is none other than the beast, Maatiewarangi Heta, all the way from New Zealand. How are you, my friend?
Hey, my bro. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man.
Ha ha ha. I hear you are going for the Intercontinental. Well, you're already the Intercontinental holder, but we're going to see how it goes against Brett Coots June 22nd coming up for that belt.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You've held that belt before in the past. Ryan Bowen ended up getting it back off of Mazahir Saidu, and it is up for grabs at this event. So, yeah, it's a big, big event. Now we've got two huge guys coming into this. We're very, very excited. How's your training been going with it?
That's been pretty good, mate. Yeah.
That's a smile of confidence right there. I
Yeah.
can see you're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I got asked, like if this is the strongest I've ever felt. And I honestly, like, I hear that from a lot of people. I hear them say, this is the strongest I've ever felt, blah, blah, blah. And for me, when I hear that, I'm like, like, what does that mean? And I think I know what that means now.
Oh, well, there you go. So training is going well. You've got everything lined up. It's not far away. It's what 13 days or something from now, and it's gonna be here in Adelaide as part of the Diamondback Fighting Championship event. And yeah, we'll have a big crowd of fight fans that'll be very very excited to see you when you make your way to the cage. I think people are going to be shocked whenever people see you in person. I think their first reaction is just like, "Oh my god!" So for them to see somebody of your size and stature and physicality coming into the ring to have the arm wrestle match, and it's like, who the hell could be a match for this guy? And then in walks Brett Coots, looking like he's just walked fresh off the Mr. Olympia stage. And they're like,
Yeah.
that's a good opponent. I could see how this could be a good match.
Yeah. That's going to go down, mate. That's going to be a good match.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll just say
Mm.
hello to the people that have jumped in the chat here. We've got the arm historian who loves to say hand pink waving. I believe it's an emoji, but I don't actually know what the emoji looks like. But I do like to think that it's the arm historian doing this at some point. Siren French McGee is in. She says, "Evening, good to see you, Siren." And nice foliage in the background. He did. I clicked the wrong button, but I fixed it. Nice of you to point it out for me, though, arm historian. Damien Dutchy is in as well from Facebook. He says, "Going to be an awesome crowd for you lads."
Mm.
Absolutely. And here is your opponent, none other than Brett Coots, sitting in the chat as well. I know he's going to be very excited to see what you have to say about the upcoming match between you two. And this is a right hand match. Brett,
Mm.
known more as a very specialist left hand, but I think it sort of overshadows his right hand achievements. I mean, the guy is an absolute weapon on the right hand, and a lot of people sort of forget that.
Oh, Brett's been dominant both arms in Australia and Oceania. Me and Brett go way back.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, I think he's in 17 years or something at this point. What about yourself? How long has it been for the arm wrestling?
I'm 13.
Wow,
13 years. Yeah.
amazing. What
Yeah.
was like the first time that you put your arm on a table? Was that at the gym, or how did that come about?
The first time I put my arm on a table was at the very first New Zealand arm wrestling club, or the very first club that was in New Zealand, called
Oh,
Sons of Samson. And the guy that actually ran that club, I think, was one of the first guys to beat Brett.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Type that in there
yeah.
because Brett's
Um,
watching.
so
Who else has beaten Brett? No, you go.
his name was Caleb O'Brien, and he was quite the master of the sport at such a. I think he had only been doing it for like 3 4 years before he went over to Australia, but he had a wonderful low hand top roll.
Ooh. Ah, so what was it like I mean, obviously you've got the strength background coming into that. You've stepped onto the table. Did you have a feeling like, I should be able to crush these guys? And how did it actually play out?
When I first put my arm on the table. I did not think that at all. I knew straight away, like, I knew that there was proper arm wrestling and then there was pub arm wrestling.
Right.
I just, like, the size of the guys was the thing that tripped me out. Like, um, I was like, I was being held in the middle by like guys that were the size of my hand. So, yeah. So it was like feeling pressure that I never knew existed. You know, like one of the first things I was told was like try and apply pressure up. And I'm like that doesn't even I couldn't even comprehend like what he meant by applying pressure up. And then as you get into the sport a bit longer, you start understanding the angles and the pressures. And, yeah,
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah,
It
sure.
was. I remember the day. I remember the day real clear. To be honest, I forgot his name, but he was an older guy that lived in Australia that was quite well known or
Mhm.
quite knowledgeable in the sport. Um, and he was there from the very beginning. But he flew over and we had like a little coaching session from him.
Oh.
I forgot his name, but he's well known.
I'm
Yeah.
sure as soon as we press stop at the for the show, you'll remember.
Yeah, yeah. But
Is he still around? The guy that you're trying to think of? Still competing?
no, he wasn't even competing back then.
Brett
No.
Brett suggested maybe Neil
Neil Bell.
Bell.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. That's the one, Brett. Yeah.
Ha ha
Um,
ha.
yeah, he came over and I remember walking into the shed and I was bare feet and
Mhm.
everyone thought I was just there to drive my friend. But we ended up training, and after that day we were obsessed with the sport. Like sort of for me, I was still in a pathway of like understanding what the sport had to offer me.
Mhm.
So like I was all excited and stuff, and it wasn't until I got deep into the arm wrestling that I understood the depths of arm wrestling and what it was for me.
Absolutely. I mean, in New Zealand, you've been undefeated for over 10 years. It's you've definitely the man at the moment there, uh, and you've been around the world. You've competed in all countries all over the place, and this amazing sport. You've done tremendously well on the world stage.
Yeah.
It's an absolute pleasure to see people from this region of the world being able to go out and especially in this sport. You know, I mean, you go on. I was with you in Ireland, and we didn't even saw you in
Yeah.
New Jersey, and you've been all over the world. It's crazy to think that this sport is taking you to these places.
And yeah, me and Brett have also
Hmm.
been around the world together. We're in a place called Lithuania. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you went to Lithuania?
Yep. Yep. That's
Fantastic.
great. Yeah.
There you go. Was that for a tournament or a super match thing?
I was WAF
Oh, it was the
Worlds.
World Championships. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
How did it go?
I think that was where I came 10th, and I was aiming for top 10.
Oh, nice.
I was like, "Fuck, does that even count?"
Of course it does. Absolutely.
I think I remember Brett doing real well in that one as well.
You guys would have been the heavyweights, yeah? Like the open weight?
I think Brett might have been in the category below me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because you're obviously way over the next lightest weight category. I think is 115 kilos, and you're sitting at like 160 or 165 or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Just
100
a little bit.
175 at the moment.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's the heaviest I think you've ever told. It's 175 kilos. Like, God, that's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that's 10 kilos up from when we saw you last.
Oh, yeah, actually, possibly, yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane. Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Is that he was in the under 90 kilo category.
Well, you don't look like you're under 90, Brett. You look like you're 120, mate.
He always does. There's no body fat on the man. That's why he said he got seventh on left arm and 11th on right.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. Did you do both arms, left and right?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Be a while ago, I'm guessing.
Yeah, my left has like good days, bad days. But I'm not too sure if I competed left in Lithuania.
Mm. How do you find the WAF format and setup, like in terms of the rules, the referees, all the rest of it?
Oh, mate, I haven't competed in WEF in so long, I've forgotten. uh, yeah.
Well, that's a fair point though, because I mean the last couple of organisations that you've been with, I mean, there's been Knuckles Up, AWE, and Arm Gods as well, which all traditionally use a little bit more of a looser rule set as opposed to the very very strict WAF style.
Yeah, I did like it actually. I like what Knuckles Up is doing in terms of like they are adjusting a lot of their refereeing um, by like our input,
Hmm, hmm.
and it's been real good. Like the three foul system, um, the setups seem a lot more fair and a lot easier. Yeah, so it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the evolution of the sport, especially in the last couple of years, because it seems to be growing rapidly. That the organizations that are coming about and putting on these events, they are adjusting different things, different rules, trying different methods.
Yeah.
We've got the video replay stuff in play now. We've got, a little bit more running foul style arm wrestling. So there is that still people trying to find what is the best way to present this sport from an audience perspective, but as well as where the competitors feel that it's fair. Um, which is fun to see that the organizations like Knuckles Up, like Arm Gods, like what we're doing with AWE is we're adjusting things and changing little things based on the feedback from the athletes, from the audience. It's like, hey, we didn't think this was working, or we think that that could have been better, and then to make those changes, and you see it improve as it goes along.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's always growing, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, geez, I mean, the 13 years that you have been in the sport, it would be completely different from when you started to what it is now.
Man, had you been around when strap didn't have the Ferris strap?
No, I've been 6 years, but no, what was the difference with the previous strap?
Yeah. You could definitely feel the advantage if the buckle's on the opponent's side without the Ferris strap. You could definitely there was a big disadvantage.
Wow. Okay. Was it the shape of the buckle, or was it something to do with the strap design?
Um, it was just the way that how it crosses under the wrist instead of putting it through the
Uh,
first gap, it just went under, and as
oh,
you tightened the buckle, it just pulled whoever's hand had the buckle just pulled their hand underneath.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hustle
So
strap.
you're pretty much already um, trying to defend against the cup before the start.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It was interesting, the difference. I mean, you would have noticed this around the world that they do things very slightly differently. Like when we were in India, Ryan and I noticed that the strap, when they use the strap, they have it really loose. Like the strap is on, but it's so loose that you could just pull your hand up, inches.
Mm.
And when he had his match with Messiah Saidu, Messiah wanted a loose strap because that's what he was used to. And as a top roller, when in that setup, he can slide up,
Mm.
that 2 inches and being locked into that 2 inch position because of the strap. Ryan being very aware of that and trying to tighten the strap, trying to get the referees to tighten the strap to prevent that from happening. Obviously, when it's got to be an agreement between the two athletes, but it was very different seeing the different methods that different countries use in terms of how they apply straps or even the type of straps that they use.
Oh yeah, well, that just sounds like a setup. I mean, the strap should never be that loose.
Yeah.
Oh, that just sounds like that just sounds like That's not allowed. No,
Yeah.
the ref needs to pull down 3 times. 1, 2, 3,
Hmm.
and then it can be tightened after that. But I think it's to the ref's discretion on how tight it is after a certain point.
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed to be the norm there to have the strap very loose. Like it was, as soon as you sort of pulled it tight, that was it. And even in training with all the guys in the clubs, and every time we'd have a strap that they would put it on, and they would just tighten it enough that it was on. It was like, oh, because I'm used
Uh,
to people cranking the crap out of it,
yeah,
so your hands are like purple.
yeah, I'll tighten that right up.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, of the places you've been around the world, does anything stick out memorable that was like this was an amazing trip, this was an amazing experience, above all the others?
King of the table and knuckles up. Like for me, that experience of being treated like a professional athlete. You know what I mean? Like I know that like yourself and every other um organization that I've competed for do the absolute best in their terms, and by all means I'm not disregarding that at all.
Hmm.
But the like for example, King of the Table, man, was we had like a schedule, you know, and like we'll come down and there's bloody SUVs waiting for us to take us, you know. Um, it's just I've never ever experienced anything like that. Knuckles up, getting picked up, having schedules, getting gift bags with like equipment and jackets and stuff, and then meet and greets, and just feeling, feeling special.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is the feedback I've heard from nearly everyone that's competed with Knuckles Up is that they treat their athletes very, very well, and make sure that they are treated like superstars. Like, hey, we're very, very pleased that you've come to compete with our organization.
Mm,
Here's we're going to take care of everything. Everything's paid for, all of this and that, and we'll get you everywhere. We've scheduled it all out. You don't have to worry about anything.
yeah,
So yeah, when you can get all those things in place, it really can make the difference for the experience for the athlete.
yeah, yeah.
We've got a good question in here from David Hux, who says, "How do you think you'll go in your next match, Matty?"
Is for me or for you?
That's for you.
In Sprint.
Yes, absolutely.
So everyone knows, how I think going into a match, I never take it for granted. You know what I mean? Brett, Brett will be doing his absolute best. I'll be doing my absolute best. Um, but I'm going to win it.
Oh, there
Um,
we go. Well, the man himself is actually in the comments here. He says, "Speaking of straps, are we going to go to straps or are we going to play games first?"
oh, well, we'll do it as it happens, eh? You hold my hand, Brett. Hold my hand, man.
Oh, there we go. Richard Jennings
Mm,
also is in here. He says, "Good morning, everybody, and how are you doing? Good to see you, Richard." We're here with the beast, Maatiewarangi Heta, who's going to be competing against Brett Coots at the
mm,
Diamondback Fighting Championship on June 22nd here in Adelaide. It's going to be an amazing event. Both men giants in the super heavyweight division of arm wrestling, and Matarigi are now 175 kilos, which is insane. Let me see. I've got to do the conversion into pounds because I can't even think of how heavy that is. Times 2.2
mm,
is 385 pounds. That's absolutely insane. God,
yeah.
where is it? Have you just? Oh man, has your bench gone up with that extra weight?
Um, yeah, it has actually.
Oh yeah.
So whenever I do an arm wrestling prep, I always do a bench session, and I always gauge a lot of my strength off my bench.
Hmm.
And usually in a arm wrestling prep, I'll bench like 220. Um, but yeah, 220 just to feel it, and if it feels good. Um, last week, I did 250, and
Oh my god.
that felt pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And
Just a bit.
the day before that, I got 72.5 kg dumbbells on the preacher for 5 reps. So yeah,
That's insane.
everything's feeling good.
That's ridiculous. That is
Mm,
550 pounds for the those of us using the incorrect metric, the imperial system.
mm.
Yeah, that is insane. Richard Jennings also agreeing that 385 pounds is absolutely insane. Biz274 says, "Who's stronger in pulling, you or Charles Puri?" Uh, well, as we said before, Maatiewarangi is undefeated for over 10 years in New Zealand. Charles is a fantastic arm wrestler. Probably sitting at number 2 in New Zealand, would you say?
He is ranked number 2 in New Zealand. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. We had him at the most recent AWE event, and he had
Mm.
an absolute war with Marcus Satirai. Did you happen to see that at all?
Yeah, yeah. I was on the video call watching.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah,
It
I
was the
was
opening
screaming.
round. It was the
Yeah,
opening round, and they went for like 3 minutes.
yeah. I was watching it and I'm like screaming on the phone, like, no, don't do that, don't do that.
Were you like
But,
just stop wasting your energy, or because it was Marcus was sitting in his king's move, and Charles was
mm,
trying to force his way
yeah,
through it?
yeah. Nah, I was happy that Charles got to do that, man, because Charles is a force to be reckoned with, and he's up there, man. I can't wait to see his progress on the in the international scene.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Well, it was an absolutely incredible matchup that he had to start with. That was his opening round, and then he went on and
Mm.
did quite well throughout the rest of the tournament as well.
It's good
Uh,
for him because um, you're only as good as your surroundings. So stepping outside of New Zealand, you're experiencing a lot more. You're going to learn a lot more. And Charles, at the level he's at, he's still got a lot to learn, and that's scary to think, man.
Absolutely, yeah. The sky is the limit for that young man. We had
Mm,
a comment earlier that somebody would like to see you versus Rickard Ornman, and there is all sorts of crazy matchups that could be happening for all of these guys. Brett, for Maatiewarangi, for Rickard. It's great that people are aware of you guys and that they want to see more of you and they want to see these matchups take place
mm.
against each other, which is absolutely fantastic.
I think Mario and Rickard need to have a rematch.
That would be good. That would be fun. Yeah, Rickard. Obviously, his next one is Wallace Dilly on. I think it might be the same day as you guys
Yeah,
at East versus West.
yeah.
So great to see him getting the call up there, and hopefully puts on a fantastic performance. And yeah, we've seen him dominate down in this region of the world a couple of times through the tournaments that we've put on. And we've seen you do quite well in those tournaments
Mm.
as well.
Well,
Although
Rickard
that
has all our support down on this side of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that first Grand Prix that we did in Marcus's shed, the underground one, that was the tournament. I think it was a little tricky the way that the draw worked out for you. You had a match which you had won, and then it was like it was like we only had to give you a couple of minutes of rest before you were back on the table because you were the
I think I
next.
did four,
Yeah,
4 in a row. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's just the way that the bracket worked out. It was like
Uh,
you didn't get much of a break.
that happens to me more than often, man. Um, I think it was Iron Hand here in Auckland. I had 11 matches.
In a row.
Uh,
Wow.
in a row. No, in a row. I think it was 6 in a row. Yeah,
Wow, that's ridiculous.
yeah,
That's got to gas out your arm for the day.
yeah, yeah. It did.
That's like there was a tournament Mario did. I think it was the Arizona State, and
Yeah,
there's that footage. He's on the table. He wins his match, and he turns around. There's a table behind him, and has another match on the left arm with the table directly behind him. That's the way
very
it
cool.
works with tournaments, though. I mean, it's just sometimes there's no like if you're running multiple brackets or multiple divisions, and it's like if
Yeah.
you're entered in multiple divisions, it's like we need you on this table, and we also need you on this table at the same time. So it can be tricky.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
that's tournament pulling.
oh, absolutely. What was it like when you came over here to compete against Todd Hutchings? And a lot of people that the talk before that going in was that Todd was the heavy favorite, and it was going to be a blowout and blah blah blah. And anyone who watched that match would have seen that it was an absolute war, and it's one of the most difficult matches physically between two guys I've ever seen. Both of you completely pouring out with sweat. I've never ever seen somebody sweat more than Todd Hutchings sweat on that night, and I'm completely serious. He came over, stood in front of us, like maybe after the third round, and I swear, like the amount of sweat that was coming off of him, it was like he was standing under a shower. It was pouring off. It was insane.
That is one of my favorite matches I've ever had, purely because that was Todd Hutchins.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I I would, man, I would do anything to have another match with him, just to experience, just to feel the levels, just to try things that I feel like I've learned from our last match. But Todd Hutchins, man, he's a top roller's nightmare.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
and what better way to learn than to jump straight into the dark side?
Oh, absolutely. Well, going into it, I mean, everyone knows that Todd Hutchings is known for his insane side pressure. Uh, what was the game plan like moving into that?
See, I'm still I've developed a lot since that match, and when I say developed, I mean like uh nerves.
Hmm.
I'm like that. The game plan going into that sort of went out the door. You know what I mean? Like what I what I was used to sort of just came to mind straight away, which wasn't the game plan. I feel like for me, well, the game plan at the time was to top roll through thumb, not back pressure.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
and I can see that now, mm,
hmm.
more than I could during the match.
Let me just bring it up here so we can have a look at. That's better. Um, this is Dave Stockbridge introducing you here. Let's go to the actual match. So right here, you're shaking hands with a legend just before you're about to start. Uh, Thoughts like right now, this is you've got a little bit of a smile there. You're very excited to be in the moment and deep breath. You're about to line up against the legend of Todd Hutchings. Oh, what was running through your mind at this point?
I'll tell you the honest truth, bro. I cannot remember it at all.
That's fair enough.
I think, like, in those moments, man, my head is just like, just do it. You
Yeah.
know, I know that's Todd Hutchins, but I can't let that distract me.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. For people who haven't seen this match, this is they're in for a real treat. Because this is a absolute war between you two here. Have you watched this back a few times?
I watch it. Yeah, I watch it every now and then.
Yeah. We get
Yeah.
the slip. We go onto the strap. Let's get to the strap. First round, both fresh. AWE 2 at the Adelaide Oval. I'll click the wrong button there. Get that back up. There we go. This is where you'll be competing in the same room, actually, on the 22nd of June.
I'll show you the very first mistake, eh?
Oh, yeah, let's have a look. So we're about to get the start here. So strap has been applied. Getting
Yeah.
oh, there we go. What are we looking at for there? Has it already happened?
I went back without cup.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. We'll see if we find it. All right. So you got rising there. You're getting into a high hand position. Referee's about to shut your hands, and oh yes, I could see it. Yeah.
Mm,
So the flat wrist. So you've gone. He's caught it with his hand, and he's brought it back to the middle. Now your hand is out of alignment with your shoulder.
mm.
Ah. All right. Let's see what happens here. So he's trying to side pressure it here. You're using pronation, yes, to hold on.
Yeah, yep. As much
Oh,
as I can. Yeah.
you tried to hit there. He managed to block that. You're in a pretty good spot here.
That's not a good spot at all.
No, I mean, like, you looked calm enough, like you have control.
Mm.
But yeah, obviously you're both working very hard here right now, and you see your
I think
determination
for
is good.
me in this position, all I'm trying to do is just make it hard for him.
Yep.
As much as possible. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, I think it just dipped underneath the height of the pin line there.
Mm.
So, wow, but what a I mean, what was that, 40 seconds or something for the first round? You put a lot of bullets into those arms of Todd Hutchings in the very first round. So even though it was a 1-0 lead for him, you can see he had to put in an absolute massive amount to be able to get anywhere with you. Let's have a look here. Second round coming up. 2 bumps there. Todd staying high. Looks like you've cracked his wrist a little bit there. You tried to regrip.
Mm.
Oh, he's gone
See how
sideways off
low?
his wrist. Oh, what was that? What were we going to say, mate?
I was too low. Like my forearm was too low. I needed to stay up.
As in your elbow being closer to the end of the pad. Sorry, not this end of the pad, but the front of the pad.
Yeah, to the front while bringing my elbow forward and sitting a little bit more on my triceps and getting my shoulder closer.
Mm. It's always fun to go back and sort of watch, because sometimes in the moment you don't realize what's really happened, especially with that feel of the wrist. Like you might feel, hey, I've got everything I need here. No, I'm all right. But then when you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, actually, it was in a really bad spot.
But,
It was only the second bite that just got through. I mean, have a look at this first hit. You've stopped here. This is a Todd Hutchings hit, and you've caught it. But the second one just made it through. Oh, if you'd caught that one, it might have been a different story.
my bloody, my arm was
Look
pumping up watching this.
this close. Oh man, wow, that was incredible. Bowen Katato is in here. He says, Mate, if you end up coming to the over the top, will you compete left-handed also?
Probably not, mate.
Fair enough.
I've actually got a few things, lined up around that date. So,
Yeah, it's the end of the year, isn't it? For the over the top, yeah, I think it's something it was October or November or something. So round 3, Todd has gone to start early, which was called by the referee. I'm not sure exactly what you were saying to Tim there, but might have been something to do with the setup.
yeah. I think this is still the second round.
Oh, it's a restart. Okay, great. So there was it must have been a foul of some kind. We've got an elbow foul from Todd there off the front. Keep going. It is running fouls. You've got his hand. He's lost his wrist. There's one foul on you there, Mate. I think elbow off the back. So 1 foul each. Oh, and then what have we got there? Oh, he's pushed you off the back. That's right. And you're like, you pushed me off the back. Oh, what was the call? I'm not sure if they do. I can't remember how this went. It's been a little while since I've seen it.
I think I won that one through the
Yeah,
fade.
I reckon it was too. Bowen says it is the 19th of October for Over the Top. That's absolutely correct. Thank you, Bowen. I hope that you do well there. We were watching your match the other day, you versus Brett Coots, and Bowen Katato was one of those guys I will watch every single time. The intensity that guy brings is insane. He's like the Australian version of Matt Mask.
Yeah.
So here we go. So that was the elbow foul on Todd. We got 1 elbow foul off the back for you, and then it looks like Todd pushes you off the front, off the back. Let's have a look. We see that moment here. So he goes forwards, pushes you off. He doesn't want to keep eye contact with you. You're like, you pushed me off. He's like, oh, what are you talking about? Huh? So what are we at here? We're let's have a look. Yeah, so you did get that round. Fantastic. Let's go to round 3. Get the start there. So it loads up. But yeah, so you're 1-1 here. Going for a high hand position. Good start. Good timing of the start. Ooh. This reminds me of the first round.
This is definitely the third.
Oh yeah, but just for the positioning reminds me of how
Yeah.
you went in the first round. Oh, look how hard you guys are working here. This is insane. You're catching every
Yeah.
one of these hits that he's doing. He's trying to regrip. Man, you both your hands, like, look, the strap is so tight against you. Your hands are turning purple. Look at this.
Mm.
Oh, Todd, look at that. Look, he was given the down reference. Let's see if we can get that. Where is it? He thinks it's a pin. Look at that. Where's the pen, says Todd. No, it wasn't a pen, Todd. It was close, but it wasn't. That one was. Look, the death stare he gave Ben Ettridge there is hilarious. Kiwi Sam is in. He says, hello, gents. Maori, a powerhouse on your live tonight. Absolutely. Maatiewarangi Heta Morris is here, and we're watching his match back with Todd Hutchings back from AWE2. It will be in the same room. He's going up against Brett Coots in the match for the AWE Intercontinental belt, and that will be on June 22nd. And we're very excited to see that. And in this same octagon, in the same room at Adelaide Oval, where we saw the Beast take on Todd Hutchings in the match that you can see on the screen at the moment, it will be the same setup, but it will be Brett Coots and Maatiewarangi Heta Morris going for the AWE Intercontinental belt. We cannot wait to see it. And as you can see, the level of the Beast here, this is a couple of years ago now, and you've obviously significantly, you're always going to be improving, but the man we're looking on the screen today, Todd Hutchings, and you gave him such a run for his money back then. And obviously you talked about maybe having a rematch. You'd love to have a rematch with Todd. We'd love to see it. So there was no way out of that position. I'm guessing you sort of thought at that point your pronation was gone. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to gas myself out fighting it.
It was a rough match, man.
I should have brought one up where you went out. I'm so impressed with your ability here, because I know how. I mean, Todd Hutchings is one of the best in the world, like, without a doubt. He's one of the best arm wrestlers in the world, and here you are, like, giving him absolute hell in this match, and you've got one pin against him, and he's working every round here. Look how much he's sweating. You can see it in person. It was even more insane, but. Yeah, there we go. I think it's the pronator is probably gone. Yeah, there's only so much you can do, especially once you gas out in the super match position.
Yeah.
Was that the last round? We've got one more here. It's probably a similar story, I'm guessing. Oh, you've gone with the high position. Yep. Looking for that pronation. You're climbing. You've got a good grip on his hand, but he's going to hit with his fingers, and there it is. What an amazing match, though. I mean, your performance in that was just spectacular. Anybody who paid anybody to see that, they got their money's worth for sure. Oh, you got the head rub too. Tremendous. All right, we might look at wrapping things up here, but thank you so much for joining me, mate. I really appreciate any time getting to
Cheers,
you.
mate.
And we can't wait to see this match coming up 22nd of June, AWE. It's going to be Maatiewarangi Heta Morris, the Beast, going up against Brett Coots, right arm, and we cannot wait to see it.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to bring this version of me. Like, yeah, I feel real good. So I'm happy in terms of what I'm bringing.
Fantastic. Well, we can't wait to see it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll hit the outro video, which the Drew has a loud startup for his sensitive ears. So that's all right. We'll finish it up there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, the Beast. And here's the video.